Hey everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. I'm not exactly sure what we're doing today. We were going to hike up a closed road, but the road has been opened. But we did run into this tree across the road that's going to stop most people. So we're going to go ahead and go through here. I've parked, going to walk through here. I think the closed area has been opened, but we'll see. There's an intersection coming up around the corner here, and it's possible that that's where it's closed. Either way, we're just going to walk this road, and hopefully we don't run into too many cars. And hopefully we find some mushrooms and get in some miles. Not sure about solitude out here today if the road is open. Although that tree across the road might help a little. But it's also Veterans Day, so it might be pretty busy out here today. We'll see. Yeah, the road closure is gone. You can drive up here. We're going to go ahead and walk it though. Would like to get in at least 6 miles today. I don't think there'll be a lot of traffic on this road, even with it being Veterans Day. Probably not too many people know it's open yet. So fingers crossed we can have a peaceful road walk. I sure wish I'd made it out here before they reopened the gate. Then I really could have got some solitude out here. I didn't really even know about it until recently. We're not very high up, but it's late in the season, so it might be too late to get any mushrooms here today. I guess we'll find out. We have a plan. We're going to try to walk to the top of a hill, but it is 4 miles from here, which would be 8 round trip, which was a little bit more than I really wanted to do today, but we'll see how I feel. It would be really good to get 8 miles in, because then I'd be able to put a couple miles in the bank towards my hiking goal this year, which was 8 miles a week, but allowing myself to have 4 weeks off to be sick, which came to slightly over 7 miles a week, something like that. Anyway, right now I've got enough miles that I need to do 6 miles a week to make my goal. So if I did 8, I'd be putting a few miles in the bank, which would be good because I could definitely get sick again before the end of the year. Today is November 11th. I'm looking for mushrooms as I walk by. I'm not going down into the woods though. It's such a bad mushroom year and it's getting late. But we have had a lot of rain recently. But I'm up a little bit above sea level. I'm not sure how high up. Maybe 600 feet, so that makes the season even later where I'm at now. Let's see what my map says. Map says I'm at 340 meters, so that's about 900 feet. Yeah, that's high enough up that we're really probably not going to find much of anything out here. But fingers crossed, maybe there'll be some winter mushrooms. Bella just flushed a grouse, so she's super excited now. Look at her go. You'll never catch it, and I'm glad. Oh, there goes another one, or the same one. Wow. Bye-bye, Bella. Oh, you coming back? You coming back? Good dog. Okay. Bella's gonna sleep well tonight. Bye-bye, Bella. Oh, did I see a shrimp there? Nah, it's just a leaf. Or is it? Let me look again. Yeah, it's just a leaf. I got my eyes peeled for matsutake. It's the right time to find matsutake. I'm seeing a few of these little white mushrooms. Not sure what they are. They got a really bulbous base like an amanita, but no veil and no warts. They smell very strongly of seafood. So far, we are having a lovely walk in the woods with no traffic. I think it helps that we're hiking up a dead-end road. This is our first sign of logging activity on this route. But even that at least isn't a clear cut. It's where they go in and take the biggest trees and sell them and then leave the rest of the trees to grow a bit more before they sell those too. I don't know if there will be a view at the top because I think it's all wooded. At least it was the last time I was up here. Kind of hope they actually have logged the top, because then there should be quite a view, because this is a really prominent hill we're heading up. It's quiet out here. I haven't heard a plane yet. I'm sure I will hear some later, but for now I haven't even heard a plane or a car, nothing. It's wonderful. Refreshing, relaxing. We have mushrooms, winter mushrooms. Which is better? I might harvest some of that on the way back. It makes a kind of a nice chewy treat in my soups. And it is beautiful too. It adds some really nice color. Yeah, I'll grab those on the way back. Maybe I'll put them in my turkey soup that I always make after Thanksgiving. We are halfway up the hill, so I'm feeling pretty good about being able to do the whole 8 miles today, because going up is going to be the hardest part, and I have plenty of energy to go another 2 miles up this hill. Yay! I see some mushrooms growing on an alder log. I think they're going to be the winter oyster mushroom, which is good in soup. Let's find out. It's going to be a little bit treacherous getting to them. I know in most videos people wait till they're at the mushroom before they turn them on and then show off the mushroom. I don't know if people enjoy seeing my journey to these mushrooms or not. Well, I can see the bottom ones and they look spent, but there's some top ones that might be okay. I don't know. Looking kind of iffy. I'm not even sure what they are yet. No, these are not the winter oyster. I know that much. Oh, these are one of my favorites. I didn't know they grew out of alder. These are honey mushrooms. You can tell by the ring remnants there. Yeah. To be extra sure that we're not looking at something that grows on wood and can kill you, it's good to look at the spores. Honey mushrooms have white spores, and looky here. White spores. Yay! I think some of these up here might be edible. None of them are quite as fresh as I would like. Let's pull a cap off. The last time I found honey mushrooms, they were like right at the cap, where the cap meets the stem, they were turning brown. Eh, maybe that's just what they do. Yeah, I think some of these will be okay to take. Yeah, I only like to eat the caps, so I'll pull this cluster off, and then I'm going to put any clusters I pull off in the road, because I'm not going to carry them for my entire hike. And then on the way back, I will grab them. That looks like a nice cluster there. There's a, what is that? That's a crow flying overhead. Not a crow, a raven flying overhead. I see some more over there. And then right here on this end of this tree here, this alder tree, there is your winter oyster mushroom. Long gone. I guess I'll check that cluster over there too and see what kind of shape they're in. Growing on this same log, we also have sulfur tufts, which are poison. Or are they conifer tufts? So this is not an alder here. This is a Douglas fir, and I think these are conifer tuft, Hyphiloma capnoides. But I'm not sure enough on my ID of those ever, so I'll just leave them behind. Here's our spent honey mushrooms, and there's conifer tufts on that log. And then over there, I see some more honey mushrooms. It does not look easy to get over there, though. That wasn't that difficult. I made it. Let's check these out. These might be farther gone, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that one, wow, actually I think that one's okay in spite of being so big. Note the white spores, very important. Very important. All of the poisonous mushrooms that grow on logs that I'm aware of have brown spores, but there's probably some that have white spores. But I go by these white spores to make extra sure that I've got armillaria. Yeah. And even though I'm only going to take home and eat the caps, I will take home one whole mushroom, just one, just for ID purposes for later when I get home. So I'll grab these two. You see the ring and the spots on the top and the fact that they're growing on wood and that they have white spores, that all tells me honey mushroom. And if I'm extra worried about it, I can go home and take a look at the spores. I think they have special microscopic characteristics. Not sure though, but I can measure the spores and do other things to be extra sure when I get home. Because honey mushrooms are not really a beginner's mushroom. They're a little bit tricky to ID, and they do cause gastric upset for some people. Another reason to take home a whole mushroom would be in case I got the ID really wrong and got sick. I'd have something to show to poison control. But I know I've got my ID right here. Okay, got a little bag. Over in the distance, I see what I think is more conifer tufts, but I'm going to leave those be. And I'll show you over here. I believe these are the remains of the winter oyster mushroom. And I never have memorized the scientific name of it. It's got serotonin in it. And I guess I'll post it up. But yeah, quite a few of them were right here. But they are done. Okay. Back under this log to my backpack, and then back out to the road. Oh, look on this side. Look at all these on this side. That's a lot, but I'm good for now. May as well show the underside of these big ones here. Wait a minute. These are not oyster mushrooms. I mean, these are not honey mushrooms. These are oyster mushrooms here. There's some winter oyster mushrooms, but they're done. Although they're not as dark colored as winter oyster mushrooms often get, I still think these are the winter variety. I'm just going to set my bag of mushrooms right here, and if someone steals it, so be it. But I think if anyone sees that, they're just going to think it's garbage. And here we have Stropharia ambigua. I love these. These are just beautiful. They have these little scales that stick down from the cap and beautiful gray gills. And I just think this is one of the most gorgeous mushrooms around. Apparently they're edible, but not good. I took my bag in just a little bit more, but I want it where it's really visible so I won't forget it too. There. I need to put some leaves over the mushrooms. There, just leave that there. And if anyone sees it, hopefully they just think it's garbage and they don't want to pick up garbage. And if they take them, then so be it. So be it. There are some nice trees here. This is a pleasant walk. I am really enjoying being out here today. We are 3/4 of the way up to the top of the hill, and the going has been easy. Suspiciously easy. So I took out my topo map, and I saw that the last mile is going to be steep. We're actually 2.7 miles into this, so the last mile, from mile 3 to mile 4, we are going to do some climbing, so it's not going to be so easy in a little bit here. Hello, Raven. This raven's been following us for a while. I think it's keeping an eye on Bella. We are definitely being watched. There it goes again. It's been following us at least since we found those mushrooms. Yep, It's just going just a little ways ahead of us and then stopping each time. The fact that it's going up the road ahead of us actually shows that it's intelligent. It knows we're going to walk up the road. That's pretty smart. It's making little clicking sounds. I don't know if those pick up or not. We've almost caught up to it again. I think it's up in one of these alder trees. Where you at? I love the sounds ravens make. I hear some water up ahead. I'm going to tank up here because there's only 2 more possible water sources and I want to have enough water to cook lunch and have coffee. The raven's behind us now. Oh, there it is. There it goes. It was actually in this maple tree here. We'll see how much longer it follows us. It's in an alder tree right there. It's such a wide angle view. I doubt it will show up until it flies. Hey buddy, why are you following us? Keeping an eye on us, aren't you? Hey, maybe it's a relative of mine. Maybe it's my late husband following us. Here's our second to last water source, and I cannot easily reach it. So I'm going to go up to the last water source and hopefully it'll be easier to reach. We are still being monitored by our Cobus Corax, our raven. Wonder how much longer it's going to follow us or lead us. Here comes the last water source. I really hope this one is going to be easy to reach. Easy or hard to reach? I intend to reach it. I want to have plenty of water. I wouldn't call this easy to reach, but it's going to be much easier to reach than all the other water sources we saw on this route. What you doing, buddy? Oh no, no, Bella, do you have to? She went right in it. Right where I want to get water. Always. Yeah, thanks, Bella. I really wanted to drink muddy dogfoot water. Okay, we have our water for the journey. Now I just got to make my way back up this bank. Bella, come back here. Bella just made an amazing jump across this. I wish I could have captured it. Bella, come back. Come back and do it again. Come on, come back. Come back. Come back. Whoa, you okay, buddy? Okay, let's see you jump across this again. Okay, we're going this way. I'm going to pretend to go this way. Let's go. Do it again. Come on. Come on, Bella, let's go. This way. Come on, let's go. Yeah! Now that's an athlete. That dog is an athlete. It's time to start working now. We have 1 mile to go and about 500 feet to gain. We are actually going to start slightly going downhill now. Okay, this is going to be one of those deals where you gain almost all the elevation gain in the last 1/10 of a mile, I think. At some point, this is going to get really steep. That's guaranteed because we have to gain 500 feet still. And this road has been just barely uphill the whole time we've been on it. And the longer this route stays this level, the steeper it's going to be at the very end. Well, there is a truck parked here, and it doesn't look like a brush picker rig. I'm really not sure what they're up to. I don't see them. And another truck, and I actually am certain now these are brush pickers. Looks like they even have a brush picking permit on their glove box or on their dashboard. Those brush pickers sure were quiet. There was probably 6 of them, I'm guessing, because there was 2 vehicles. Maybe they saw me coming and were hiding. I don't know. They sure were quiet though. I never saw them, and brush picking is not a quiet activity. And we are starting to climb now. For real. My map's estimate of how far I would have to walk to get up this hill was definitely wrong. I've already gone 4.5 miles, and it said it was 4 miles one way. So we're going to be looking at closer to 9 miles today, maybe even 10, because it looks like we've still got a mile to go up this hill. So it might not get terribly steep. It's just longer than I thought, although it's getting pretty steep. And I can really smell some wood smoke somewhere. I really hope the wood smoke is not coming from the top of this hill. It's possible there's someone camped up here. We got another quarter to half mile to go before we find out. I think this is what I've been smelling. It's a recent slash pile burn. We are almost to the top of the hill. It hasn't been logged, but it has been thinned. So I think there's going to be a really good view up here. Here it comes. And we've got it all to ourselves. And this would be a spectacular place to camp. If only it had a view to the north, it'd be a good place to look at the northern lights. Yeah, this is a good view. Oh, someone came up here and shot their pumpkin. There's Mount Washington and Mount Eleanor. Someone did have a campfire up here, and they left it going, and they left a lot of garbage behind. I guess they were shooting this can monster. So I did smell smoke. I assume it belongs to those people just down the hill. And if you can't beat them, join them. I may as well use their fire to save some fuel. I'm going to make some noodles, and they're going to be good this time because I packed it last night. I'm going to have lots of dehydrated zucchini my dad gave me, a ton of smoked trout, and some dehydrated fried onions, and some jalapenos, and some salt, and some curry powder. Should be delicious. And Bella gets to have half a packet of ramen since I forgot to pack dog food. She'll enjoy that. And this is a nice spot. If I had a pickup truck, I would definitely come up here and go camping. My car could not make it up here. Warming up my water over that fire was nice. It was so quick. It's already coffee time. Yeah. Cheers, everyone. I've gone ahead and started pulling this fire apart a little bit. I don't have enough water to put it out completely, so I'm going to have to leave it like I found it. But at least I can pull it apart some. And just cook over the coals here. This is going to be a really good lunch with my fried onions and my zucchini and stinging nettles. And I put some pepper in here. I hope it's not too hot. I just shredded a few pieces of a really hot red pepper. Hopefully I didn't overdo it. But yeah, this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this one. Lunch is over and it's time to hike out of here. I've done my best to get this fire out. I've spread it out, put all my water on it, put a bit of pumpkin on it, and even peed on it. That's all I can do. The fire danger is obviously pretty low here. Otherwise they wouldn't have been here burning slash so recently. Don't think there's going to be any forest fires with all the rain we've had recently. So my phone says that we've gone 5.3 miles. Yikes. And I think it's probably pretty accurate. It always exaggerates a bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if we've gone 5 miles. So I guess this is going to be a 10-mile day. I've got 2 rolls of fruit leather left to help energize me on the way out, and I've got lots of fuel for boiling water for coffee, and I'll be able to get more water soon. We started this hike at 9:15 and it's now 12:43. And it's time to hike on out of here. If anything interesting happens on the way down, I will let you know. Here's a bunch of Amanita smithiana. Of course, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, could it be Matsutake? Could it be Matsutake? But it's too small. Still, such a tricky one. Such a tricky one. I have not found a Matsutake yet this year. I'm going to look really hard for them all the way down out of here, though. Maybe we'll find one on the way out that we didn't find on the way up. In spite of already having hiked 5 miles, I actually feel really strong. I don't think I've made it a mile out of here yet, but I'm already hungry after lunch, so I'm going to break out my first fruit leather, which is huckleberry, evergreen huckleberry. That's all I did with the huckleberries I picked this year, was make fruit leather as a pick-me-up on my hikes. Look at that massive stump. It looks like they cut it down and then just left it to lay there. Probably a type of wood they didn't want. When they first came through here, they just wanted to get rid of everything and replant with the monoculture of Douglas fir. I think that was probably a cedar. So that's our original old growth stump there, and then right there is a second growth stump. They say cut them down and they'll grow back, but it's not quite the case because they cut them down when they're like 30, 40 years old. Where the old growth, some of it was about 1,500 when it got cut down. So it's definitely not growing back, because they're not going to let it. This second truck has brush in it now. It didn't before. Brush pickers must be really nearby. And here's truck number 1. Bella and I are pretty quiet. I'd be surprised if they heard us coming. I guess they're deep back in the woods, though. I know. I'll try something. Oh! They're not answering. Huh. That's peculiar. Here's a couple of big fake Matsutakes. Sure to be Amanita smithii. Let's pull one just to be extra sure. Yep. Fake Matsutakes. Poison. Fake poison Matsutakes. Those grow in association with Matsutake. But no Matsutake. But in the 5.3 miles I walked here, I bet I passed a Matsutake somewhere. Here's a fun little mushroom. I believe it's a Gyrometra. Definitely not edible, but still kind of cool looking. We've gone a total of 7.8 miles now. Made it back to my bag. It definitely stuck out. It wasn't hard for me to see it at all. And we're back to these beautiful Stropharia ambigua. Such gorgeous mushrooms. All right, 7.8 miles. So let's call it 8. Does that mean we really only have 2 miles left to go? Oh, I hope that's right. If that's the case, then I'm doing pretty good. I'm tired, but I'm not really flagging. We have surpassed the 8-mile mark, so now we have 2 miles left to go. So now, just kind of looking for a nice spot to sit down and have a cup of coffee. There's a mushroom. I think it's going to be a Lactarius. Big one, though. What do we got? Yeah, giant Lactarius. I'm finding a few Lactarius here and there, and a few more of the, what I call Amanita smithii, although I saw someone else call them something different. But no matter, whatever they are, they're deadly mushrooms that like to grow with Matsutake. And just not much in the way of mushrooms, so There's a car coming. Bella, come! Bella, come! 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 Come on! Come on! Come on! These people drive so fast. Good, they're not driving too fast. Whew. Hi. Yay, I'm glad they weren't driving fast. I thought they might be brush pickers, and I've seen brush pickers drive so fast. I've nearly been run over by brush pickers a couple of times, but that was a sensible driver. In fact, strongly suspect that was a mushroom hunter. Darn, should have stopped her and made friends. Maybe I'll see her again on the way out. She looked like a really nice person. There she goes. She's driving a little bit faster on the way out. We found a place off the road to stop and make some coffee. Bella was sleeping, but then she heard me open some food. I'm going to have my last roll of fruit leather here. It's actually pumpkin leather. It wasn't very good when I was cooking it, so I mixed in some huckleberry jam, I think, that was left over. And then I added some hot sauce and a bunch of spices, and now it's okay, especially if you're really hungry. I don't think Bella will like it, even though I know dogs do like pumpkin. Gonna eat that? What do you think of that? You like pumpkin leather? Okay, you can have another piece. There you go. All right, good. Good dog. Good dog, Bella. Good dog. Break time is over. Let's do this. We've got 1.7 miles to go, and we will definitely be doing a full 10 miles today. It's been a while since I've done 10 miles. It still feels shorter than that 8-mile hike I did the other day, though, because there hasn't been much elevation gain here. Another car drove by while we were up here. I'm glad we were up here when that happened. And it looked like a brush picker, but it wasn't one of the brush pickers that we've already seen. So I still have to worry about those two cars coming out. And they will probably be driving very fast when they come out, so I'm going to have to listen closely so Bella and I don't get run over. 2 more cars, but they were going slow. I knew there was a good chance I was going to see a lot more people on the way out. Well, Bella found herself a nice little snack. To heck with the pumpkin leather. She's got herself a whole deer leg. And she doesn't want me to take it away from her. Yeah. I don't even have the energy to fight over that right now. Note to self, give Bella her worm medicine when we get home. Come on, Bella, let's go. Oh, she's frantically trying to eat that. Now, I've learned I can get her to drop those things by running. Bye-bye, Bella. You're gonna have to choose between me or that deer leg. What'd you choose? All right, she chose me. That's the only way to get her to stop. If I try to take something like that away from her, she just runs away. And I can't get her to stop. But if I start running, then she gives up because she wants to be with me. I'm glad I discovered that technique, but it's a bit energy intensive, especially when I've already gone 8 miles. I didn't really feel like doing any jogging today. I think we're back to the spot where that grouse was before. Bella just went rushing up there. What is it, buddy? What is it? Something good up there? Aren't you getting tired yet, dog? She generally goes about twice as far as I go, I think. This is one time I tested it out by putting the GPS on her. So she's probably gone 16 miles today. We are almost done. My car should just be around the corner here. I'm a little bit worried about it, leaving it in a spot like this. It just seems a little bit sketchy. I'm sure it'll be okay, but I'll be really glad when I see it and I know that it's there. There's the log over the road, and there is my car. Awesome! I might have been able to drive under this, but I didn't want to take any chances, and I wanted to go for a hike. I'm glad this log was here and it stopped me. At last, we are at the car. According to my phone, we went 10.1 miles. My track log got kind of wonky and said only 8.5, but I know it's wrong. When I get home, I'll put my track log on my computer, and then I'll edit out any extraneous waypoints that are too far off the track, and then I'll get a really accurate mileage. But I think 10 is right. And according to my iPhone, I took 22,938 steps. How many steps did you take, Bella? Probably twice that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Oh, and no Matsutake. Bye-bye.